Hi friends, welcome to Crack Grade B. We are back with yet another very important lecture for your upcoming examination. So this is part 2 in this series where we are bringing out to you the most important current affair for the 2 days, right? So let's begin with the session. So first thing, the first news in the article, the first news in the lecture is MOHUA to celebrate Azadi ka Amrut Mahotsav, right? So you know that to celebrate the 75 years of independence, every government department, every government ministry, to say every government machinery is into celebrating the Azadi ka Amrut Mahotsav. But you know, very important news coming up when they celebrate this week. I mean, the Azadi ka Amrut Mahotsav. They celebrate it in a week. So from 27 September to 3rd October 2021. So this is phase 1 material, not very important since your phase 1 has you are already done with your phase 1. Then what is important? It's coming up. The highlight of the week will be launch of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan Urban 2.0 and Amrut 2.0. So it's better when these things launch in this week, means during 27th and 3rd October. Do not worry, we'll cover it in the video by the Honorable Prime Minister on 1st October 2020-21. Right? So on the 1st October, this two thing is going to launch Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 and Amrut 2.0. Then to celebrate 7 years of Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, the ministry is organizing. See, there are few things that the ministry is doing. Swachhata se Sampannata, right? When they are doing it on 27 September, not important. Where Swachhata App 2.0 and Swachhata Survekshan 2022 will be launched. Very, very important, right? Then also Kachra Alag Karo Amrit Divas will be observed. So what is the takeaway? The takeaway is two things. Number one, Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 and Amrut 2.0 will be launched on 1st of October. So we'll wait till 1st of October to understand what this two scheme would be, right? So let's move forward. Okay, so let us see few more things. So the ministry has chalked out various events. So what are the events? Awas Per Samvad Workshop 2.0 workshop. The event on tactical urban projects, 22 cities into 75 hour each. So there would be some tactical urbanization projects. Now, what are the details? Absolutely not important. So all these things, why? So most of the things are phase 1 material. But you know, you should know this for your descriptive paper. What government is doing. So when you write something from the recent times, your answer will obviously hold some importance to the eyes of the person who is checking, right? Then apart from this, other events like theme freedom at the red technology will be shown via 75 integrated command and control center enabling the cities. Then under National Urban Livelihood Mission, Pradhan Mantri formalization. So this is not important. What I have done bold, that is important. Then Samvidha say Samriddhi camps will be organized. Right? So all these things you should know. These are the content of when you write the descriptive, right? So let's move forward with number 2. This is very, very important, right? E-Shram portal. So in the phase 1 you have seen a question, and the phase 2 you never know, you can expect question from the E-Shram portal. The national database for unorganized worker. So what is E-Shram portal? It's a national database for unorganized worker. So completion of 1 month of launch of E-Shram portal marks the registration of more than 1.71 crore, and to be precise, it's 1 crore 71 lakh 59,743 workers have registered at this portal, right, as of September 25th. Then almost, very important line, almost 50% of the workers registered so far are female, right? And share of women worker drastically improved from around 37% in week 1 to 50% in the latest week and week 4. Not absolutely not important. What is important? 50% of the registered workers are female. right? So you see that nation is progressing towards equality, right? When it comes to workforce. So what is the data on the formal side? That is another point of discussion. But when it comes to unorganized sections, you can see till now the registration has been down somewhere around 1.71 crore, and out of it 50% worker are female. Okay, so if the trends goes ahead, then obviously it's good for the economy, right? So labor workforce participation is going on, absolutely right. Then let's move forward. Let us understand few things. See, on the week one, the registration was this, and till week four, it became this much. What is important? What is the status of the state? So you see, week one, top five state, among the top five state was Odisha, Bihar, UP, MP, Andhra Pradesh. Week two, Odisha, Bihar, Punjab, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh. So if you see week four, that is the current one, it would be Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh. You see that Odisha is the one who is constantly working towards it, right? Only in week three it has come down to number two. Rest of the 3 weeks, it was in number one, right? So let's move forward with the news item number three. Government Department of rupees 97,000 crore to discoms. Now, what are discoms? Discoms are power distribution companies. So this is the short form of distribution companies. Discoms, right? So who are these? These are the power distribution companies, right? Now, state-owned power distribution companies, DISCOM, gear up for the 3 trillion reform schemes. Okay. Now, first, before we understand this news article, understand why this, how these things are working, right? So, see, Coal India supplies coal to Lex. This is an hypothetical example with the rail company, right? Coal to NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation. So NTPC generates electricity in its power plant, and they transfer this through the grid to the state power company. State power company. So every state has separate power company, right? So every state has different, right? So in Chhattisgarh it's CSPDL, in West Bengal it's WBSEDL and CESC, and maybe in Mumbai or in Maharashtra you can see some private company, Adani Power, Reliance Power. Okay, so we are not considering the private company, we are considering the state-owned company, right? So every respective state has their company. But you know, the problem with the power company or the problem with the discom company is subsidy. Every state, on one or the other hand, they are providing free electricity. So maybe in some state they are completely giving free power to some section of the society, and on the other hand, uh, like my state Chhattisgarh, we have 400 units free, right? And after 400 everything is chargeable. So obviously this company, they will have to pay, this state discom company, they will have to pay to NTPC, right? And hence they come into the loss. Okay, they come into the loss. So that is the reason you see that these discom companies are every time in debt, right? So there is, I don't think there is any government owned power distribution company that is in profit, right? Now, the highest government dues are in the state of Haryana. Now I am pointing out only those. So I told you the entire story. No need to read the entire thing. Only I will mark the important points. So Haryana is the state which owes rupees 46,193 crore. It is followed by Rajasthan. Unpaid subsidy amount is the highest, 18,303 crore. Okay. Now this scheme will have an outlay of 3,03,758 crore, with an estimated gross budgetary support from the central government of 97,631 crore. Means the union government will give from the budgetary support, right? From budgetary support will be 97,631 crore. Rest everything may be borne by the respective state governments, right? So I hope this is clear. Okay. Now let's move forward with the next news item, that is Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. very important, very recent in the news. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi launched the Ayushman Bharat digital mission through a video conference. Now, what is Ayushman Bharat scheme? You know, that is a health scheme, right? Now, what is Ayushman Bharat digital mission? Understand. Ayushman Bharat digital mission will create a seamless online platform that will enable interoperability within the digital health ecosystem, right? So, it is a system, right, online where the health ecosystem is getting digitized. Ayushman Bharat digital mission. Now you see in terms of maybe digitalization, India is the fastest moving towards the digital. When it's come to the payment system, obviously it is number one, right? So in every step, the government is pushing the digital mission, right? So this is one step in the healthcare sector, that is Ayushman Bharat digital mission. Remember, in phase 2 in ESI you have health. So this type of news item is very important, not only in the perspective of MCQ, but also in the perspective of descriptive as well, right? Then the Prime Minister undermined the fact that with 103, so this is Jam Trinity, right? Jandan Aadhaar Mobile, you remember? You remember from Jam Trinity, Jandan Aadhaar Mobile. So Digital India, the dream of Digital India is only getting success because of this Jam Trinity. Now everyone has the mobile, everyone has the Aadhaar card, and Jandan means we the people, right? So, Jam Trinity. Then Ayushman Bharat PMJ has addressed a key headache in the lives of poor. So far, more than 2 crore countrymen have availed the facility for free treatment under this scheme, half of which are women, right? So around 2 crore countrymen have availed the facility. That is very good. Okay, and you can take, I mean, the Ayushman Bharat card, you can avail the facility in very good private hospitals as well. So private hospital have a special ward known as Ayushman Bharat ward, right? So yes, private ecosystem is also helping the government to get this dream into reality, right? And this kind of data is proof that the dream has come into the reality, since 2 crore people have already taken benefit, and half of which are women, right? So let's move forward with the next news item, that is government borrowings plan for second half of financial year 21-22. Now you remember from the budget, 12.05 lakh crore rupees would be the market borrowing of the central government, right? So this is very ambitious amount. So now 7.24 lakh crore or 60% was planned to be borrowed in the first half. Okay, first half of 2021-22. Effective borrowing in the H1 of financial year 21-22 was 7.02 lakh crore. Okay, 7.02. So out of 7.24, 7.02 lakh crore was borrowed, right? Means only 0.20 lakh crore was left out. The government now plans to borrow the balance 5.30 lakh crore in the second half of financial year 2021-22. Right? So first half it was 7.24, out of which only 7.02 was done, right? It means 0.20 was left out, plus the rest of the amount from 12.05 would be 5.03 lakh crore rupees. That is going to be the next half target for the central government, right? Also with this news item, you remember in the first part we have discussed that central government is going to start the budget activity on a date of this October, right? So you tell me that date in the comment section. If you have watched that video, you should remember, right? So just check if you remember it or not. Just tell me the date in the comment section. Let's move forward with the next news item, that is PMFME, that is Pradhan Mantri formalization of micro food processing enterprise, right? This is a scheme seed capital module. The Ministry of Food Processing Industry, Government of India, in association with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Do not forget this. In association with Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, under the Pradhan Mantri, under the Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprise Scheme, virtually launched the seed capital module on Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Urban Livelihood Mission MIS portal for seed capital assistance to members of self-help group working in the food processing sector in India. Okay, so after reading so much, it is now clear that this is seed capital for whom? SHG working towards food processing sector. Okay, and this scheme is a part of PMFME. But now this seed capital module is being launched with two ministries. Number one, the parent ministry of PMFME, that is Ministry of Food Processing Industries, plus Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. They are doing it. Both the ministry are doing it. Right? So, what is the assistance? To avail the seed capital assistance of which 40,000 per SHG. Very, very important. What is the assistance? 40,000 per SHG member under the PMFME scheme. Okay. Is it for all the SHG? No. For which SHG? Those SHG who are working in the field of food processing sectors in India. Right? So I hope this is clear. Then let's move and understand few things. Launched under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the PMFME scheme aims to enhance the competitiveness and promote formalization of the unorganized micro food processing enterprise in India. So what is micro food enterprise? You know, so there are few a small industry, right? So you can't tell it industry, but people, maybe a family or maybe 5 or 6 members, maybe a family with 5 or 6 labor, they make that papad, right? They will make the noodles. So these are micro food processing enterprise, right? They will make masala. Okay, so all they will make that that diet chira is coming, right? So that kind of diet chira they will make mixture. So all those people who are doing this kind of things comes under the micro food processing enterprise, right? So the scheme aims to empower the self-help group by seed capital support of 40,000 per SHG member, credit link subsidy for capital investment up to 35% with a ceiling of 10 lakh. Credit link grant support up to 35% for establishing common infrastructure. Handholding support for DPR. So this is very much detailed, not important, right? So now let's move forward in the next news item, that is Azadi at 75. Swachh Survekshan 22 launched. Okay, so Sri Hardeep Singh Puri, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, launched the 7th consecutive edition of Swachhata Survekshan. Look, this is Survekshan. This is not the report. Okay, do not. So there are two things. Since many of you who do not understand the meaning of this word, this is Survekshan, means this is not the report. Okay, this is not the report. Report is going to come. Okay, this is a survey. Survekshan is survey. So this word in English means survey. Pardon my handwriting. It is, the meaning of it is survey. So the survey has been launched by the minister, right? Not the report. Then the world's largest urban cleanliness survey conducted by the, okay, the word was already here, conducted by the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban at New Delhi, designed with people first at its driving philosophy. Swachh Survekshan 2022 is curated towards capturing the initiative of city for overall welfare and well-being of frontline sanitation workers. Now, with this launch, MOHUA also kicks off Azadi ka Amrut Mahotsav. So obviously when they kicks off Azadi ka Amrut Mahotsav, there are few things that they will be doing for the first time that we are going to see in the next slide. Continuing with its theme of people first, SMBU means urban will organize a series of citizen-centered activities under the overarching theme Jan Bhagidari. Right now, let's see what they are doing it for the first time. MOHUA also released a coffee table book titled A Change of Heart. This one material not too much important. Now, MOH also flagged off the field assessment for the Sahai Mitra Suraksha Challenge launched a year ago. Now, the day also saw the launch of the revamped version of Swachhta app, right? The digital sanitization grievance redressal platform by MOHU introduced in 2016 and has reinvented the way in which the citizen grievance is managed. So this is a grievance redressal platform of Swachhta. Then let us see the more details. This year, Survekshan is committed to create a level playing field for smaller cities by introducing, see, these are the two new segments, two population categories under 15K and between 15 to 25K. Okay, so to allow the level playing field, two new categories of cities has been introduced. Okay, very important line. Then, to further expand the Survekshan footprint, district ranking have been introduced for the first time. Very important. District ranking has been important for the first time. The scope of the survey has expanded to now cover 100% wards of the sampling as compared to 40% previous. So initially it was only 40% wards they are covered, but now 100% of the ward will be covered. Let's say there is a 10 ward in a city. Previously only random 4 used to get covered, but now the scope has been expanded to include everyone, right? Means include every 10 wards. So introduction to MOHUA in 2016 to rank city. So this has been introduced in 2006. This is something old, right? You should pause the video and read it once, that would be fine. Then cities are now eagerly awaiting the result of the same, which shall be announced shortly by the ministry. So as I told, this is a survey has been launched, which is going on, okay, and very soon this will be, the result will come out, the report will come out. Then let's move forward with the next set of news item, which is again very important, quarterly employment survey. Okay, Labour and Employment Minister Sri Bhupender Yadav released the first quarter of quarterly employment survey, part April to June 2021, for all India quarterly establishment under employment survey. Okay, prepared by the Labour Bureau. Who is preparing? Labour Bureau. The estimated total employment in 9 select. How many categories are there? 9 categories. For the first round of QS, 3 crore 8 lakh approximately, not too much number. This is as reported in the 6th economic census 2013-14, reflected a growth rate of 29%. Of the total employment estimated in the selected 9 sector. Okay, total employment, right? Manufacturing sector is 41%, education 22%, health 8%, trade as well as IT and BPO each 7%. So trade 7%, IT and BPO 7% of the total estimated numbers of workers. Okay, so you see the share of the manufacturing sector is good, 41%, right? Education 22%, health 8%, trade 7%, IT BPO 7%, right? Let's move forward with a few more details. So this report has two components. Number 1, quarterly employment survey. Number 2, area frame establishment survey. Now let's see some of the key highlights of the quarterly employment survey. Very important. The most impressive growth. Now this is the growth of the, look, you might get confused reading the first point with this point, with the last point. Okay, here it's total employment estimated. Here is the sectorial growth. 152% has been recorded in IT BPO sector. This is the growth for that particular sector, 152%. While the growth rate in the health is 77%. So, let's not read this point. Let us look at this point. So IT and BPO, it's 152% growth. Health at 77. Okay. Transportation is 68. Financial service 48. Construction 42. Education 39. Manufacturing 22. Okay. See, manufacturing sector has 41% participation and only 22% growth. Okay. Accommodation and restaurants, it's minus 30. Obviously, due to lockdown, everything was closed. Trade minus 24%, 25%. Again, lockdown. Okay. Then let's see next point. Nearly 90% of the establishment have estimated to work less than 100 workers. The corresponding figure during the EC6 being 95%. Okay. So not very much important. All data point. You may pause the video, read it once or twice. That would be fine. But what is important? Which sector growth, how much, what are the components? There were two components. Total employment estimated out of the 9 was this. Manufacturing sector was the highest, prepared by the Labour Bureau, launched by Shri Bhupinder Yadav, who is also the Labour and Employment Minister. Right? Now, this is done. Let's move forward to the next news article. NCW, that is National Commission for Women, launches countrywide training and capacity building program for women in dairy farming. Right? So, the National Commission for Women has launched. Okay, the commission is collaborating with agriculture universities across India to identify and train women associated with dairy farming and allied activities in different aspects such as value addition, quality enhancement, packaging, marketing of the dairy products, among others. So this is a capacity building program for those women who are working in the field of dairy farming and allied services, right? So who is helping them? It's National Commission for Women, but they are not doing it alone, right? So they are doing it with the help of an university. The first program under the project was organized on value-added dairy products for women SHG group at Lala Lajpat Rai University of Veterinary and Animal Science, Hisar, Haryana, in association with the Haryana State Rural Livelihood Mission. This is very important point to note down. It's a capacity building program initiated by the National Commission for Women, for the women who are working in the field of dairy farming and allied activities. And the first program was under, read the last line, done. Now, let's move forward with the next news article about the GDP growth. ICRA revised up the India's fiscal 2020 GDP growth to 9%, right? Rating agency ICRA revised up its 2020 real GDP growth estimated India to 9% from earlier 8.5%, right? A ramp up in COVID-19 vaccination, healthy advance estimated to Kharif. It can be noted that after the 7.3% contraction in 2022, there were expectations of higher growth numbers in 2021-22. The agency has revised up its GVA, gross value added. Okay, so this gross value added, what is GVA? It's a gross value added method, of the GDP. Growth estimated for agriculture, forestry, fishing to 3% each in second and third quarter of 2021-22 from the earlier projection of 2%. Okay. So I hope this is clear. So wish you good luck for the examination for your phase 2. Prepare well. We'll meet again in the next lecture in this series for the next 2 days. Goodbye. Before I say goodbye, I would like to remind you to visit the website and look up on our course for NABARD Grade A and Grade B. Right. So this is one of the most economical and best course available in the country. Why I say the best course? We would not say, rather we would ask you to go ahead and check by yourself by downloading the app from Google Play Store and going to our YouTube channel. You can find some reviews of the students who are working on the respective organization, and they have given the review of our course in a video. So you can watch them and make a fair decision. With this, thank you and happy learning. Let's meet in the other lecture.